By 2001, most Estonian schools were connected to the internet. It was a remarkable achievement, however, a limited one. We had only a few classrooms per school connected in most cases, and the internet connection was often unreliable or not as quick or fast as we'd like. There's always better and newer just around the corner. Starting in 2015, we decided to modernize the digital infrastructure in most schools. So what I mean by this is that we wanted to get the local networks, not the outside connection, but the speeds inside the school, up to 1 gigabit per second. We also had several other goals. One of them was to get all of the classes connected, not just the 1 or 2 computer classes, but make internet connection inside the school ubiquitous. And our third goal was to look 10 to 15 years into the future. It's remarkable what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. So with a budget of about 13 million euros, generously co-financed by the European Union, we got to work. We had 2 essential elements in our approach. The first one was local knowledge. So all of these specialists that had built up the networks in their school, they had very specific and detailed knowledge of what they wanted to do, what the problems were, what the bottlenecks were. We wanted to use as much of this knowledge as possible. The second part was centralized procurement. We wanted to get as much of the discounts as possible from quantities as possible. So we managed this through centralized procurement and centralized coordination of most of our activities. All in all, we ended up with about 15 partner companies, most of them doing the cabling part, others doing the training, and a third set of companies doing the equipment part. So what did we accomplish during these 7 years? About 40 schools per year were modernized. I think that's quite an achievement, considering we ended up installing about 1,000 switches, several hundred firewalls to protect these new networks, and about 5,000 wireless access points, making it Estonia's largest wireless network. However, technology does not stand still. It keeps developing. We realized already in the starting phases of the program that it's not possible to just look 10 to 15 years into the future, but we have to think of what happens after that. So one of our modest goals was also to document what we have actually done, to build a foundation for future investment decisions. So once you know what you have, you know what you need to get to another place. The other part was data. We had new equipment installed that also had very good analytics and monitoring capacities. That meant we had the ability to gather information and data for long periods of time and from various different aspects. So what sort of devices are being used by the students? When is the peak capacity? How much of the network capacity is being utilized? When will it run out? We can project this, and when we can project this, we can go to the policy and decision makers and provide them with the information that yes, our networks are still good, but in about 5 years we will run out of capacity. It's time to start thinking about investment decisions in the next 5 to 10 years. For now, we have excellent networks inside Estonian schools. We can build new services on them, and we can rely on them to an extent not possible during the past few years. We have the capability to bring testing online and also exams online. So we can standardize the approach all across the country. But networks are not just about testing and studying, it's also about the human connection. It's about connecting with people all around the world, whether it's students in Africa, scientists in Europe, or teachers in America. It's a remarkable achievement. The network of our future is here. It is here for the next 10 to 15 years.